This week, organizations across Ohio are recognizing Nonviolence Week with a variety of events. It's all to make a clear message that violence is not the answer. Youngstown has reported a decline in homicides, but violence is still an ongoing issue. Guy Burney, the executive director of SERVE, joins me now to talk more about Ohio Nonviolence Week. Thanks for being here, Guy.
Oh, my pleasure, Derek.
So you're in charge of SERVE, or the Community Initiative to Reduce Violence. Again, what is the mission? What's the main goal of SERVE?
The main goal of SERVE is to reduce violent crimes, but it's a community approach. We know when I first started, the chief and I would get together, and one of the topics of discussion was we can't arrest our way out of this situation, and we got to work our way out. People dealing with people. And so that's where we take a community approach to dealing with violence. What have violent crime rates looked like this year in Youngstown and in the Valley? Well, they have dropped. They have dropped significantly. But Derek, I always say, man, one is too many. So because the effects of violence still has effects on those families and those people that are around it. And so the work never stops, because anytime there's violence, there's work to be done because of the negative effects on the community and the people that it affects directly. People speaking up has always been an issue for you guys, I know. Have you noticed more people reporting violent crimes and opening up in terms of interviews? Well, yes. I mean, in terms, there's still, don't get me wrong, there's still an apprehensiveness because, you know, we have to live in the areas that some of the crimes happen. But absolutely, we see more and more people stepping up and coming to the plate. But, you know, my thing, Derek, is, I always like to deal with the violence before it starts. So I'm about prevention, man. I don't want people and young people to get involved in those situations that take them there. So how can we prevent it, Guy? What are we doing to try to get to that? Well, you know, nonviolence this week is really special, and I'm so proud of the young people who started this. But nonviolence is principles, and it's just not a week. It's how we live our daily lives. It's how we deal with our anger and when we disagree. The original space in nonviolence was never against people. It was always against injustice. And so, you know, we have a lot of work to do because most of the violence we see is people on people. And our fight should be against systems and injustice that keep people from living their best life. So, you know, we have to keep working, and we have to keep giving people those tools that they need. So when they get angry and when they have emotions, they don't turn to violence, but they have other methods to turn to. And that points to my next question. We've seen several shootings in recent months where the alleged perpetrators of gun violence are in their teens. That has to be something you're focusing efforts on to try and get kids before they get themselves caught up in gun violence. Absolutely. It's about prevention. One of the works that we do in my organization, and let me say, the reason why we see this decline is there's so many people working on this. It's about getting people on people. So nobody can just take credit for this, because it's a whole community work. And so, but young people in particular, the younger you touch base with them about how to deal with their emotions and how to deal when things don't work out their way, the better we can become, because they'll have different paths to take rather than violence all the time. And then finally, real quick, how can people spread awareness year round and the events maybe they can volunteer for? Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, there's many events this week, and I'll be remiss not to just mention them. So Tuesday, you know, there's the Simeon Booker Award. I know Saturday is a pretty special event at the Unitarian Church. We're having a dialogue just so people can voice their concerns and what they believe about violence and how to live a more nonviolent life. So I think any of those events that they want to get involved in, but it doesn't take a big, you don't have to do anything major. You know, grab the people, the kids in your neighborhood, around the street, and just talk to them and connect to them and grow relationships. And that's how we do this. Well, Guy, here's to continued success in making strides in this. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much, Derek.